Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have actually uploaded a video talking about Byleth and his moves compared to Corrin's. But this time around I'm actually going to go into training mode and discuss and show you guys the difference between Byleth and Corrin. Although I'm going to leave Corrin just standing there while I'm demonstrating Byleth. I decided to go with the male one only because I just prefer to try out the male instead of female this time. Anyways, that being said, let's go into the training. As you know, Byleth is the very first Fire Emblem character to not have counter, which is very surprising for me to even say. It's really weird just by knowing like it's some of the stuff similar to most of the Fire Emblem units, except the B button is not among most of the other Fire Emblem units. I've noticed that Corrin and Byleth share some similar interests in the way that they walk and the way that they have their stuff set up. But the only difference is that Byleth again has no counter, and Byleth tends to have more power in their attacks compared to Corrin. Nothing against Corrin, but Corrin is a little bit different to kind of maintain and literally control. When I play a game, I feel the difference in the character as I am portraying or even considered maining. Corrin is a little bit more of a heavy set character and a lot more to get to know, but Byleth on the other hand is more of a simple in and out kind of type of character. I literally feel like with me, Byleth will kind of be my second main Fire Emblem character that I'll be able to use in Smash Brothers. I'm not honestly really good with these reviews, so please bear with me. Like I said, Byleth has no counter. He's able to shoot far distance compared to Link with the arrows. Byleth's weapon can turn into something else, kind of more like a chain or an arrow, which is very interesting because I have not played a majority through Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I've only played 2 hours worth of it. I never really got the time to introduce myself to most of the characters and the ability of Byleth's weapon. The only thing is that I didn't really think 3 Houses at the time was that appealing to me. I'm not sure if it's because of the whole setup and the way that the game was designed compared to the other past Fire Emblem games. The only thing that's really funny with that is that the only time I'll get introduced to another Fire Emblem game or at characters if I'm playing Smash Brothers. The one thing about Byleth I like about it is the whole techniques that he has, and his taunts are really amazing. I feel like that his character design is more to Mart's. I don't know why. I think the hair and the face gives it away. I feel like that in a way Sakurai has put a little bit of each and every single one of them in Byleth as we speak, except the counter is no longer visible with this character. Compared to like the other two avatars, I feel like that Byleth would be one of those people that you can easily get down and dirty, not dirty, but get down and really understand the character and how easy it is to control them compared to the other ones. Robin was pretty cool. I think if anything it was starting to really main Robin over Corrin really quick, but that took me years of practice as well. I think what's really funny is that I had the same similar problem with like when Brawl came out. It took me about 3 to 4 years to actually kind of get a little good with him and understand his skills and his controls and whatnot. But Byleth on the other hand, it's like I was able to literally, and I felt in me that after purchasing him that I was able to pick up and get to know him a little bit faster or quicker and really experience a really good play with him. Like I feel like that because of Smash Bros. I'm gonna give Fire Emblem 3 Houses a second chance. I'm not like really I was second guessing it at first, but knowing me, it's like I'm a sucker to going back to any kind of Fire Emblem game. Byleth actually has become one of my mains, and I feel like saying that he's gonna probably be a main over Chrom. A lot of people have asked me that. Will Byleth be somebody you're interested in using throughout the game? And I have said possibly, maybe. but it will have an outcome of yes, most likely, only because I'm a sucker for the units, and that's that. It's really weird with me. Every Smash Bros. Game that comes out down the line is always going to be a Fire Emblem unit. And with Byleth, I feel like that there's no way of like addressing other people's opinions, what's good and what's bad about him. But from my perspective, he is a really interesting character. And honestly, I really hope that they make an amiibo, because honestly, I feel like, because somebody tried telling me today that there's probably not going to be an amiibo for the ones that you get as a DLC, but I think that's really messed up if they don't do that. But I think if anything, Sakurai wanted to make Byleth his own character, his own personality, because most of the Fire Emblem characters, if you think about it, have the similarity traits, like Lucina and Marth, like Chrom, Roy and Chrom. But then it's like there's a little bit of a similarity, just like right now, Corrin and Byleth have that same kind of like gesture when they're standing there. But it's more like beyond the line that I feel like that Byleth would be like different than most Fire Emblem characters that are entered into the, or introduced into the roster. And it's really funny, I had my bets and I had my guesses that Byleth was going to enter in as a DLC character. I don't like to say DLC because he's still part of the game and he's still part of the party, and it's like, I feel like DLC is just a term of saying like on the side, not like in the game. But for me, it's like I literally felt like I was just joking when I was talking to a person at work. I said, okay, you know, Byleth's going to be in the game, and I know for a fact it's going to be like either that or Edelgard or Dimitri, like one of the three house characters. And I thought right away it's going to be an Avatar, because he's done that same thing with Robin, he's done that same thing with Corrin, and literally everybody else wanted Waluigi, everybody else wanted Ashley, everybody else wanted an assist trophy, and I didn't think that was possible, because if you think about it, the assist trophies are already in a game. There's no way that Sakurai would make a duplicate character that's not already in the game, if that makes sense. But for me, it's like I'm really kind of happy because it's a Fire Emblem character, and for me, knowing me, Fire Emblem is my weakness. I cannot sit there and address that enough. Like, I literally, honestly, when I found out that Byleth was being introduced, I was like, what the? And I found that out a couple days before he was released. I was even asking people, hey, when's Byleth going to be released? When's Byleth going to be released? And they didn't know, because there was no set date. But one night I stumbled upon it, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to give him a shot. Like, I wasn't going to purchase Banjo-Kazooie because I'm not a huge fan of his character, because he literally spammed me in Sonic All-Star Racing. I know it's not good of enough reason, but a lot of people don't like most of the characters, and some people have their doubts with Byleth, and a lot of people don't. But it's like it's half and half, and I feel like that Byleth is a good candidate for Smash Brothers, because, you know, not having more than one Fire Emblem character is not enough, because you have, if you think about it, you have all the duplicates of Mario, you have a lot more Mario characters than you do Zelda characters or Sonic characters, any other character in the game. It's like, I feel like that Fire Emblem was not known in the US until Sakurai has opened up the exceptions of adding more than one or two characters in Smash Brothers. And for me, that's enough to sit there and say, oh yeah, we're finally known, because I used to work at different jobs, or I used to go to school at different schools, and I would actually talk about Fire Emblem, or I've had printouts of my favorite characters from different variety Fire Emblem games, and nobody had no idea what that was, or what I was talking about, or what consoles they were from. And my biggest wish and desire was to make Fire Emblem known, so I'm not the only one in my friends group talking about Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem is literally one of the best games out there, one of the best RPG games to get to know. I feel like that a lot of people have been open up to knowing Fire Emblem because of Marth Ike, or Marth and Roy, or Chrom in this case. It depends on where you start, and it depends on when you started. But for me, I was more beyond the line with Marth and Roy since Melee. But I feel like Sakurai is the reason why a lot of people open up to being introduced to other game series. But even though this was supposed to be a review about Byleth, I feel like in general, if you want my opinion, that Byleth is a really good character for this game and for this specific series. I feel like, in my opinion, Byleth's his own character, not a clone per se, but he does have some moves similar to Corrin, and he's got some moves similar to some of the other units. I don't know how I see it and why I see it, but literally just playing him is just really fun, and you know. But anyways, I think that's gonna wrap up this video. I'm not really good with reviews, but bear with me. If this one does not make any sense down the road, I will make more sense. I just gotta get used to the whole being behind the camera, being back into YouTube, and wanting to do more reviews. If you want to hear more commentaries about specific characters and games, feel free to comment down below, or literally try to open me up to like discussing about some characters that are maybe similar to another one that you've noticed that I have not noticed. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.